The DOJ has filed a lawsuit against Virginia for laws allowing in-state tuition and financial assistance for illegal aliens. The DOJ argues that these laws unconstitutionally discriminate against U.S. citizens who are not afforded the same reduced tuition rates, scholarships, or subsidies. They say the benefits also create incentives for illegal immigration and reward illegal immigrants with benefits that U.S. citizens are not eligible for, all in direct conflict with federal law. According to the lawsuit, federal law prohibits states from providing aliens who are not lawfully present in the United States with any type of college or university benefits that are denied to U.S. citizens. Quote, "There are no exceptions," the lawsuit states. But sections of the Virginia Code explicitly classify some illegal aliens as Virginia residents. That makes them eligible for reduced in-state tuition and state aid, including reduced in-state rates. But U.S. citizens from other states aren't afforded reduced tuition, and they have to pay higher rates for out-of-state tuition. This is not only wrong, but illegal, the lawsuit states. It calls the practice discriminatory treatment in favor of illegal aliens over U.S. citizens. And this alleged discriminatory treatment is expressly prohibited by federal law that states, quote, "An alien who is not lawfully present in the United States shall not be eligible on the basis of residence within a state for any post-secondary education benefit unless a citizen or national of the United States is eligible for such a benefit. And this does not depend upon where the citizen of the United States lives." The lawsuit goes on to make the case that Executive Order 14218, signed by President Trump on February 19, 2025, ordered that departments and agencies ensure, to the maximum extent permitted by law, that no taxpayer-funded benefits go to unqualified aliens. And it ordered those departments and agencies to stop any laws or policies that favor illegal aliens over any group of American citizens, like out-of-state students. But Trump was just reiterating what's already on the books, according to the lawsuit, which went on to point out that the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act, passed by Congress in 1996, had some clear objectives. Those objectives are promoting immigrant self-sufficiency, reducing reliance on public assistance, and ensuring that public benefits are not incentives for aliens to enter illegally. The lawsuit reads, "Congress declared that aliens within the nation's borders should not depend on public resources to meet their needs, but rather rely on their own capabilities and the resources of their family, their spouses, and private organizations." The lawsuit argues that, quote, "In direct conflict with federal law, since 2022, Virginia law has allowed unlawful aliens who establish residency in Virginia to benefit from reduced in-state tuition while denying the same benefit to U.S. citizens who are not residents of Virginia." Essentially, in a nutshell, the lawsuit goes on to argue that Virginia law bent the residency and eligibility requirements for illegal immigrants, essentially allowing them access to in-state tuition after doing little more than living in Virginia for a year. And the lawsuit adds that Virginia law expressly states that a student may not be deemed ineligible to establish domicile for in-state tuition purposes solely on the basis of immigration status of the student's parent. As a result, the lawsuit says Virginia law affirmatively removes immigration status as a barrier to establishing domicile and obtaining in-state tuition benefits. So the DOJ is arguing that you can't have 3 students in an admissions office, a Virginia resident, an immigrant, and an out-of-state student, and you charge the Virginia resident in-state tuition, you bend the residency requirements and charge the immigrant in-state tuition, and then you tell the out-of-state U.S. citizen you're not from here, you have to pay more. According to the DOJ, that's discriminatory, and not only is it discriminatory, the costs are not minor. The lawsuit argues that tuition for resident students is significantly lower than those for U.S. students who are not in-state residents. It provides the example of the University of Virginia and says that during the 2025-2026 school year, undergraduate tuition at UVA was $23,897 for Virginia residents, whereas out-of-state students had to pay $62,923. The DOJ argued that Virginia has violated explicit prohibition that is outlined in federal law. Therefore, the DOJ is requesting an injunction, aka a hard stop, as well as asking for the court to require the Commonwealth to pay costs and fees for the government, along with any others the court deems worthy, meaning if Virginia loses, this tuition policy could be one that comes at a cost.